Hit up Dan Bilzerian.
If you guys
remember to go fishing first ahead of time. Go get some Ignite shit, shoot it, slide in his DM, and maybe you can end up on a yacht shooting models with Dan Bilzerian.
And now, introducing the champion, High Rise. It's time.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another High Rise podcast. I'm Derek. This is Aaron. And today we're going to be talking about some cannabis news. We're going to be talking about how we landed a bunch of our clients for our marketing agency.
Yeah, I feel like that's like something that we get asked a lot is how do you get started, or how do you get clients, and how do you do that without having any experience or having any work? And so here at High Rise, we've developed this proprietary system. We call it the fishing. What do we call it? The fishing system? We just call it fishing, actually. It's called fishing.
We're certified fishermen.
Yeah.
And women.
We're seamen. We're fishermen. And essentially what this technique that we've kind of developed over the years, it's essentially we get in touch with brands or companies that we want to work with, and we try to get some of their products ahead of time. And we'll kind of go ahead and just do a dope little package for them. Not even a package, like literally you could just shoot 2 photos, like just shoot 2 dope ass photos, maybe shoot like a little iPhone video. Just do something that's proactive and cool and on brand, and like look where they're lacking. Like go to their IG page and scroll, and like that's like what I usually do. Number one, when I'm looking up a client or whatever, I'll go to their IG. I'll be like, all right, cool. Like they don't have any video. Okay, number one thing I'm gonna pitch them on is like, you need video. You know what I mean? Or like maybe they have too much video. Maybe they have only product and not lifestyle. Maybe they have only lifestyle and not product. You could do, just by doing a quick 5-minute audit on their page, you can kind of like assess and see like their weaknesses or where they're lacking. And then you can try to show them how you can kind of fill that gap and fill that void. And so what we've done is we'll get the product ahead of time. Say it's a flower company, we'll get an 1/8 of theirs. We'll shoot maybe a 10-second video. Super dope, short, concise video, maybe two or three photos. We'll then email the client directly. So instead of a cold email of like, hey, let me work for you, it's like, hey, your stuff's dope. I noticed, maybe you could use some more video. Check out this stuff I did for you. Let's talk. That is gonna give you a 50 times more chance of getting an answer than let's work, hire me. Like, you don't know the number of messages I get that's just like, can I work for you? Like, it's like,
Even just, hey, to start a conversation,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna slide in someone's DM or you're gonna shoot somebody an email, make sure there's value on the other side of
Exactly.
it. Like show interest, show what you can bring, how you can bring value to the people you're hitting up.
exactly. And then look at it this way too. So by doing that, you're increasing your chances of getting a response, getting in touch with the client. If you do get in touch with them and they do see that, you already have a one-up because they're like, oh shit, this dude like went out of his way to do all this and it's dope. Like for sure I'll take his call and like maybe potentially hire him. You know what I mean? Like, and then look at it on the back end of like, maybe you shoot a bunch of stuff and you send it out to all these brands and maybe nobody answers you. But guess what? Now you have a portfolio. Now you have a bunch of work and a bunch of examples that you can use to show future clients what you've done and the different styles that you can do, whether it's your lifestyle photos, your design, your video, whatever it is that you do. Now you have a portfolio of assets. So not only are you increasing your chances of getting in touch with potential new clients, you're building your portfolio at the same time. So like, that's literally been number one probably strategy we've used in literally since day one. Me and Derek first started the agency, we had no fucking idea what we were doing. We don't know how to get clients or do sales or price our packages out or like anything like that.
We knew we had value, but we didn't know how to get our name out there and we didn't know how to build this. So Aaron literally just cold DM'd 1,000 brands. This is 2018, he cold DM'd 1,000 brands and we landed our first brand, which is Stone Road, which is still around today.
Yeah.
And I think we got them with a package that was 30 photos and 4 videos for $500.
Yeah.
And that was lifestyle and
with models, drones, locations, product shots, lifestyle shots,
everything.
like we would charge like minimum 4,000 for that or something, 5,000 for that, like minimum now. And we did it for $500.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't make any money. We probably lost money, and whatever. But from that, before that, we had no THC examples of any brands we've tried.
We had
or anything
all
like
we had
that.
a gang
we had a
of
bunch of
high-rise
skate
shit.
stuff and
we had a bunch of high-rise stuff,
like
but we
clothing
didn't have,
stuff. Yeah,
we didn't have clients.
Exactly. And so with that is like, cool, now we have our portfolio. we delivered $5,000 worth of work for $500 to Stone Road. Now they got a month and a half worth of like super dope assets for $500, so they're stoked. Word of mouth, they start talking like the snowball. It's like literally the snowball effect. It's like that's all you need is a little bit of momentum, and then it's just like if you have good work and you have affordable pricing and good turnaround, like word's gonna spread most likely. You know what I mean? Like that's what we've gotten a majority of our business too is just word of mouth. But it all starts from the fishing concept of like you got to go get these initial clients first, get your initial fish first. You know, and then
Even if you're
like,
not getting clients, just still doing work, just going and buying the burrito and doing your reel at the spot, or if you're going to be buying the eighth anyway, just shoot a review or shoot a couple photos. Just you're already going to be doing it, so why not rock it? A bunch of the people on YouTube that have dope review channels all buy their flower, and they get like 20, 30, 60,000 views on their stuff. Or the homie Chase, CCTV 420, he's just a dope macro photographer, and he shoots great rosin photos. And I've seen his stuff, and he has a dope IG account with great stacked photos, and he's all over YouTube. And I didn't realize he was just buying his rosin and just doing the reviews and doing it.
Yeah.
And I thought he was totally just had a bunch of clients and was killing it, you know, but he just completely presents himself that way.
Yeah.
You know, and like I've been doing this for a decade, and I looked at his stuff like he was killing it.
Yeah.
You know, but he's just buying his product, and he's just trying to bring value to these brands to get clients.
Yeah.
So that's a huge way. What do you think, if you were to say the percentage of clients over the past 6 years in agency we've gotten through our fishing technique, what do you think the percentage would be?
So that's tricky because I would say like realistically probably like 20 to 25% if I had to guess. But then that 20 to 25% stemmed another how many off that. So like definitely a good amount. Like if you added up like the initial fishing people, then what the word of mouth referral from that group brought in also, like more than half, I would say. I feel like most of our business is word of mouth. Like we get hit up like inbound for sure, but like word of mouth has always been key. It's always like, oh, check out High Rise. Like, oh, it's always, you know, some like homie introducing us or a brand hearing of us from another friend or something like that.
Or they hear about us, and then it kind of has the whole ecosystem of the IG accounts, the YouTube platform, and the High Rise events.
Right.
So it's just that ecosystem of the trifecta right there kind of ideally just drives sales to us as we've been doing this for so long.
Right.
You know, so yeah, definitely if you guys are trying to get involved in anything, go fishing. Like if you're trying to be a content creator, if you're trying to get your flower in the hands of the right people, you know, you just got to go out there and you just got to put in the work and create and do the extra credit. Like you're going to have to do extra credit before you can get what you want. You know, before you get the job that you want, you're going to really have to put the hard work in.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, just going back to like just over the years, High Rise, how many people have tried to like work with us? And it's like such a high percentage of the people that have hit us up have literally, it's been like, hey, what's up? Let's work. I would love to work for you. Like it's always just like one or two sentences. And there's been a few outliers, and I'll give an example of Jean. Jean's a great example because Jean literally cold DMs us out of the blue. He sends me like a paragraph message essentially saying, love your guys' shit, whatever you guys need, like let me know, I'd love to do some stuff for you guys, whatever. And I was like, all right, like cool. I was like, all right, dope, like make me a flyer. I'm just gonna see if this dude's hungry or whatever, you know what I mean? And send him that. Same night, sends it back. He's like, oh, check out these 3 flyers I made. Sends them back like immediately, and I was like, oh, this is dope. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test it one more time. And so I'm like, can you like fix up this packaging for me or whatever? And then like send it over, next day, done, fire. And I'm like, come in for an interview. And then literally we hired him the next day. Like, but it's like he didn't just be like, hey, what's up, dude? He just like instantly was providing value, being proactive, and just like showing that he like actually wants it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like versus the other people are just like, hey, like let's build.
Yeah, that's even
You know what I mean?
an
It's like-
example for hiring, right? Like I was listening or I saw a reel or something recently. I'm not even smart enough to remember who it was or what it was, but basically like when the hiring process is having somebody come in and working on a project, you know, it's like the 90-day thing, but even shorter. Like here's your project, work on this thing. Like I'll pay you for it. I'll pay you for your time as for this like test trial internship.
Yeah.
And then they feel like they're actually building for the brand, even if they don't work for them yet, they're still getting paid, and then you're actually having them help you with one of your clients that's actual paid work.
Yeah.
So that's like a similar thing. And then it's
Yeah.
kind of like a win-win where the person's getting paid, the person's getting to show their skills, show off and then get the experience, and then they can both decide, do I want to work for this?
Yeah.
It's kind of like more of like a mutual trial period.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like if you want these dope jobs and you want these dope positions, you have to realize that you're competing with a lot of people, and if you need to be that top of the top, you need to be on top of your shit and be on ahead of everybody else. You're not going to be able to get these positions, you know? It's like,
and that's like something I'm probably just going to hammer on this podcast over and over, but so many people who, if you're listening to this or if you're part of this community, you know about the community and you know the plan. You know, like you are aware and you know probably a lot more than a lot of these people working in this industry, in corporate cannabis. So I think like that value alone, you guys need to bring that shit to the industry, because it's you guys have no idea how many people in this industry don't even smoke weed. These corporate cannabis companies, like, lucky if the people smoke weed at night, like half of a joint, you know, they don't even know the product they're selling.
Right.
So just getting in, it's very saturated right now, but it's saturated with a bunch of people who don't know the plant, who are trying to get in.
Right.
So if you guys are paying attention to this, you guys go to the dispensaries, you guys know who the breeders are, you guys know who the people in the community are, like you guys know who Doja Pack is, you guys know who Sour Waves is, you guys know who people, you guys follow this shit, like that's how Josh was. You know what I mean? Like Josh followed that shit and like he got in and he's like, I now have access to all these people and like I can grow this fucking network and like this is my interest, you know? And it's the same thing as going fishing. You need to put yourself out there because it is saturated, but at the same time, like it's not saturated with knowledgeable individuals.
well, that's the thing too. It's like, I think a lot of people might not even realize they have value like that, because I secondhand like myself all the time. I always feel, because it's like, we've just been doing this for a long time, so it's so second nature of like going to the grow or like seeing a pound of weed or whatever, all these weed things that we've seen over the 10 years. But I just am in my little bubble, and it's like in the real world, it's like, none of these people seeing any of this stuff or knowing any of this stuff, and it's like just by knowing all these like niche kind of like community cannabis-based things, like that's so much value. Like, and yeah, you're right, and it's like I think people probably don't even realize they have that value, and like just that alone is huge to a lot of companies. You know what I mean?
It's huge. Like, it's a gift that you guys don't even probably realize that you have.
Yeah.
If you guys know, dude, the amount of people that we've worked with that just don't even know, they've never taken a dab in their life. They couldn't tell you the difference between distillate and rosin. Like, don't even know the process of anything, you know? Like,
no, we had one MSO client, like one of our biggest clients we've ever had, and the marketing team didn't know indoor from outdoor. They didn't know any of the different types of like concentrates. Like, it was literally hilarious. Like, they're like, oh yeah, we need you to shoot all this flower, like da 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 da. I'm like, oh, is it like what kind of flower? Is it like da da da? Like, is it like indoor, like outdoor? Like, you know anything about it? They're just like, oh, like, I don't know. That's a good question. Like, I'm like, you didn't pay like $100,000 to like run the marketing for this company. You didn't even like.
Yeah, they're sending us mood board photos, and it was like a photo of like a piece of shatter with like the old school bulb hanger from like 2014. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not shooting that. Like, we're gonna hit you with the slurper macro shot. But yeah, you guys would be surprised. And as we're
hit you with the slurper macro shot.
all right, thank you, Kimmy.
Nice transition. Double dab.
Wow.
You double dabbed him.
First ninja dab of the podcast. Wait, were you guys playing that the whole time? You guys are right in front of us, so we didn't even see that.
Yeah, might as well take a bong rip.
Dude, that's hilarious. So for you guys listening on Spotify, Kimmy came up with the dab for me, and Jackson slid up and ninja dabbed me from the sidebar.
Got him.
Got him.
No, I
He's
literally
not even dying.
Got him.
Yeah, that was nice. Thank you. I'm not even paying attention because I'm like, we're 26 floors up in downtown. We have this I got this amazing view, so
Goddamn.
I'm just staring out at the buildings, not even knowing that Jackson's over here conspiring
You know.
to ninja dab me. Oh, cool.
All right, so AI.
Next topic. So hopefully, I don't know, fishing, you guys have value. If you're listening to us,
Go get your fisher's license. Go get some bait, get some worms, some tackle box. Fucking fly fishing. Saying words, I don't even know.
deep sea fishing, bong rip.
Something.
All right. So next topic, we're gonna be talking about something that Aaron has been balls deep in the past year.
Balls.
Just eyeballs deep in artificial intelligence.
Dude, I got.
So if you guys want to be bored, tune in.
No, at least the first 5 minutes of this will be entertaining. I got bamboozled.
Okay.
I literally got fucking bamboozled. I'm on YouTube last night. It's probably midnight. Definitely a little high, but I'm not that high. I see this thumbnail. It says, "The real story of the UFC: Dana White and Joe Rogan." The username of the channel was JRS Sports. Okay, Joe Rogan's channel is JRE Experience, I believe.
Or Jerry Clips.
Whatever
one it is.
Same shit. This had the same branding, the same logo, the same intro soundbite. Everything was the same to a T, except it said Joe Rogan Sports. And so I'm thinking like, oh, dope, this is like some new Joe Rogan shit or whatever, right? Like sick, like whatever. So I start playing it. Joe Rogan starts talking and he starts telling the story of like the UFC from day one and Dana White. And the first like whatever, it starts off and I'm like, oh, this is sick. I'm like, this is such a good idea. I'm like, dude, Joe Rogan should be doing more of these. Like, this is a great idea. Like, this is dope. Whatever, like get the real story from Joe Rogan. Watching this for like 6 minutes, like minimum 6 minutes. And then Joe Rogan starts pronouncing Dana White's name, Dana. He's like, Dana. And then I'm like, And like I even let that slide for like one. I was like maybe like a little.
Maybe he's got like a
whatever,
zin
right?
in his mouth or something.
Exactly. Keeps going, whatever. Then I realized I'm an idiot, and this entire time I've been watching a fake AI video of Joe Rogan impersonator telling the story of UFC on a fake Joe Rogan channel, and like I don't know a lot about AI, but I know it a little bit, and like I had literally zero idea that I was watching AI for minimum 5 minutes.
We're so
How crazy
fucked.
is that? And
We're
like,
so fucked.
And then so I'm like, oh, I know exactly how they did this. Like, cool. They get the transcript, they get the fake voice, they put the B-roll, they fucking but whatever, spit it out. Like they're probably doing these every day with different things or whatever, you know?
So was it just audio of Joe Rogan's voice, or was there video
Yeah.
of him talking to?
So it was audio of Joe Rogan's voice, which is matching B-roll clips. It's like Dana White started the UFC, and it's like Dana White when he was like 20 years old or whatever. And it's like, but it's like it was good B-roll and it was like edited well, and like it didn't seem like it was just a shitty quick AI thing. Like it was put together well, and it was like
It had the same cadence of Rogan's voice, everything.
If they just spent more time on the voice audio, they like could have got me. You know what I mean? Like
My question is, how do they not have Rogan saying Dana? He says Dana's
I know,
name
right? That's like the easiest one.
1,000 times, and
Yeah.
you know, like top 20 words Dana
No,
said on the
yeah.
or Joe said on the podcast.
Yeah.
Dana's in there.
It's like, how do you mess that one up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, yeah. So I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, so yeah, I don't know.
So you got.
Yeah.
All of us have
Got
probably
bamboozled.
got fake
Yeah.
videos, staged videos.
Yeah.
We're all so screwed. The fact that people can't even tell like a staged video now, you know, sometimes you got to watch it twice or go into the comments and be like, fuck, I got God, that shit was fucking fake. That was
Yeah,
staged, right?
because I guess they've done it too. Obviously, with like they did like the fake Drake song that went viral or whatever. That's AI. They have also done a fake podcast, I believe, between Joe Rogan and someone, Elon or something. Maybe? I don't know.
Like Jimi Hendrix or
They did some
somebody or
shit where they made like the fake podcast
Or
with them, like
Joe Rogan with Joe Rogan.
or maybe that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. It's so crazy, and that stuff's like really not that hard to do. Like, it's really not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, realistically, all that dude had to do was have ChatGPT write that transcript of the story, which that's completely done by ChatGPT. It takes 30 seconds. He just copies that into a text to voice impersonator thing, pastes that fucking thing, and that exports the audio. Then he just gives the audio and the B-roll clips to the fucking Fiverr person, and then they fucking slap it together and like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's really not even that hard. It's like with all this shit now, it's like fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you're not gonna get the best product, and like, that's not ideal or whatever, but it's like for these like bullshit, like automated YouTube type things, like, yeah, we're probably just gonna start seeing so much more of that. Like,
And that's like, if you guys are remote, you guys aren't in an area that has a cracking scene, that is for you guys if you guys are content creators. Like, that's like Luke from LMC. He's killing it. He just lives in Seattle. He's not in, or somewhere in Washington. He's not in the mix physically. He just loves the shit. He does all this research, and then he just linked up with some dope editors virtually, and he just puts together these awesome stories and tells all these stories all over the country.
yeah, he's kind of a similar, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so if you guys are remote and you guys aren't in a city that has like a cracking scene and you want to be part of cannabis or anything for that matter, like you love UFC, you love fucking bouldering, rock climbing, whatever it is, like, yeah, there's ways that you guys can like tap into that and create virtually remote with all this AI programming. Like us, we do it different. We do it like we're here in real life in the community, so it's like we're creating content a little bit different. And I think if you guys are just resourceful and you guys just live somewhere and you guys could just put this shit together on your computer, it's super possible.
It's stupid, yeah. So we're gonna also comment. What do we have on comment?
Comment Phil's coffee.
Comment Phil's. No, that's too hard because there's a Z on it. Comment fucking gang. Comment gang. Put gang in the comments, and I'll send you a bunch of these fucking amazing tools that you can use to fucking make fake Joe Rogan videos.
Make fake High Rise podcast videos.
Yeah.
Get us canceled.
Yeah.
All right, Z. We got the Phils with the Z. We're gonna segue into a news report that has been it has been I guess marinating for the past few years. I think we talked about it on the FGO news report that we used to do, 2020. But what is it, Wrigley?
The award-winning fuck going on, the critically acclaimed series.
Was it Wrigley? Wrigley May. What's the company called?
Wrigley, yeah.
Wrigley May or something like that. But basically, Wrigley sued 710 Labs a few years ago.
Let's find out.
About them using Skittles and Starburst. And I guess it's official.
Mars Wrigley.
Wrigley May. What? Mars Wrigley. So, yeah.
So yeah, that's also going to start happening.
Wrigley
a lot.
won. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Wrigley won, and 710 is going to change their name of their Skittles to Z, which everybody calls it the Z anyway, and they're going to change the name of their Starburst to SB36. So,
if anything, it's like it's a win for them either way. It's like there's just so much publicity and marketing, and like they're already like top dogs or whatever. You know what I mean? They don't really need it, but
everybody calls
it's not
Skittles
that big of a
the
deal
Z
for
anyway.
them, really. But this is going to be a huge thing. Like this is just going to keep it's going to start happening a lot more. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
all these big companies are going to start realizing all these weed brands are using their IP, and like it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. And just in marketing and branding in general, the crackdown's going to be crazy once it goes federally legal. Like I was reading an article just about marketing in general, and there's really no regulations on marketing. Like there is, like, oh, you can't put a teddy bear or this or that, but
Cartoons.
but it's like, it's just the DCC is just going to come.
Or it's like, yeah, it's like you're not supposed to put like characters and cartoons or whatever on bags or whatever, and like everybody does that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like all these things that people just like do it anyways type of shit.
Mm-hmm. So, but once it goes federally legal, we're going to see a crackdown on marketing. I think we're just, there's going to be a lot of regulations on the stuff that you can create with content. But who knows? Is that just because that's never really applied to like social media? That's always
It's gonna
just
be
like a
interesting,
Super
yeah.
Bowl commercial. You can't put alcohol and cannabis together in a Super Bowl commercial. But then like an influencer is just going to fucking Blaze 710 or whatever his name is just going to do it all at once.
Yeah. I wonder, that's interesting. Like, I wonder how that's like, gonna like pan out, because it's like it goes federally legal, then it's like it like opens up more like whatever, like all the social platforms are gonna be like allowed to actually like it's not gonna be federally legal, so they can actually like push it and you can run ads, I would imagine. But then it's like,
There's
or can
regulations
you?
on
You know
the
what I mean?
ads.
Exactly. So it's like, and then I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how that like.
Can you not show the nug? Can you not show, or can you only show consumption?
It's like all these
it's
restrictions are going to be lifted in one sense, but then all these new restrictions are going to be put. You know what I mean? So it's like, I never really thought of that. It's interesting.
There's going to be a lot of changes when that happens, and it's just going to be a whole new Wild West.
Now I've always had the like analogy or whatever the word is for like our like agency. It's like literally like cannabis marketing agency. It's like literally like we have like a 50-pound fucking. We all have fucking 500-pound backpacks on. Like if this was a regular marketing agency, this would be a cakewalk. Are you kidding me? Like. We can't do anything. Imagine running a marketing agency and not being able to promote or post any of the content that you do or run ads on it. And then all your clients' accounts get deleted and just like you're shadow banned and everything's restricted. Versus a regular agency, it's like, cool, I can do anything and I can run ads and I can do whatever I want. Like, and people pay me and I have money and you know what I mean? Like,
you can't just hack it. You can't just hack this with SEO. We've seen people do it with CBD. Hemp CBD, just like murk it on the SEO or ancillary products, but with flower, you just can't hack this shit. You know what I mean? Like you got to be in it, you got to be part of it, and it's just, I feel like where it's going right now is finally the people who have been doing it for the past 15, 20 years are getting their flowers, and they're kind of turning into the influencers. Like the dudes who are like in the cultivations are growing these businesses from 64 to 215. It's, the shadow ban is kind of tapered off the influencer model, and I think the community's gotten so strong that people are like, who is Ted? Who is BZ? Who are the people behind these brands that I love? Mark from Calia, you know, and you have access to these people. Like Mark from Calia is at the event serving people up with dabs, you know, like you can go and meet the people that have created these great brands and these great products. So
yeah, it's like growers are gonna be. It's like the new celebrity or whatever.
Exactly.
It's like
and that's how it should be.
Right, for
you
sure.
know,
Yeah.
the extractors, the cultivators. These people should be like right now. It's like the hype in the streets is I guess they're the tastemakers, the brokers, the trappers. You know what I mean? The ones who've kind of like gotten these certain strains across state lines or across borders, and people all over the world can enjoy these fucking strains and this crazy flower. And those dudes right now are fucking super hot right now in the community. You know?
Yeah.
Like those are the dudes that everybody's looking at. Like these dudes have been like, not necessarily cultivators, but dudes that have like gotten their hands on like so many packs from so many of the best
The curators
growers.
almost, or
Yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
yeah.
So those dudes are kind of, I feel like they're definitely the influencers
Yeah.
in the community right
sure,
now. So
yeah.
super dope. It's really cool to see the transition from like where the eyeballs are, you know, going from like
There's
an
this whole
entertainment
like
consumption.
Telegram world too now. That's like this huge thing that like I'm not even like I know a little bit, but like it's a whole nother huge thing that like is a whole nother community on its own, and a whole nother like it's crazy.
Yeah, there's so many different like areas in this of business that you can conduct in cannabis, and you know we have our just being an agency and doing what we've done, we've been able to just work with so many different people across the industry. But yeah, we're definitely not, you know, we're not even like blue belts in a lot of these things because there's so many areas.
Yeah.
And going back to if you guys want to join this, or if you guys love cannabis and you guys are just working your day job that you're tired of going to and you guys love this shit, there's so many different ways to get involved.
Yeah, you know, I don't even know how many people just have started coming to our parties, and then like 2 years later, they're like, running shit.
Yeah, sales manager.
Yeah,
for a
just
brand
by
or some
like
shit.
putting themselves out there, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, or if you guys don't have a community like that, build it. Like, start it. Just invite 5 homies over and start seshing in a garage, and then that shit grows, and then go to the homie's backyard, and then that shit grows, and then go to the homie's warehouse, and then that shit grows, and then the next thing you know, like you guys spearheaded your local community. It's kind of like
You and homie are running shit.
yeah, exactly. That's how, like, literally, like, when we started all of our events, it was during COVID when, even before COVID, there was only like 3 venues in LA to go to events. And so when we moved into the mansion, we started throwing parties. There was this giant void, and people, you know, the people who were like willing to risk it and go out during the pandemic were like, fuck it. Like, I want to go see my friends. I want to go build. I want to like, you know, the mindset of like, let's double down now during the pandemic so I can come out ahead on the other side. And all those people came to all of our events, and it just created this whole new community here in LA.
Yeah, literally.
So if you guys can't make it to them, start them. Start them with as little as 5 people.
Literally, like it could just literally be the simplest thing ever. Like the first thing we ever did was like the Long Beach House. It's probably like 10 people or something.
Oh my God,
like,
it was like New Year's or some shit.
Yeah.
Like
we went 0 to 100. We went like Long Beach House to
2
the Hollywood
events,
rooftop
2 events.
to a random like wedding venue to fucking Mansion Reveals.
150 parties.
Yeah.
So Mike Tysons' flower got seized. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah.
Think
So
it's
what happened? All of his flower got
Appa-
seized.
Apparently it has like mold or something, so all the Mike Tyson brand flour got seized. Anything after like late August of 2023.
Wait, but what do you mean by
It got
seized?
recalled. It got
Oh,
excuse me. It got recalled. It didn't get seized. So
Then what was the reason?
it's a mold.
Oh.
And like then the article goes into just like faulty testing, and I guess it's like test shopping or lab shopping, where a bunch of brands will just go to different labs to kind of see
Came off and shit,
yeah,
too.
like who will get their shit through.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole nother
I always
thing.
thought, like, out of all the celebrity brands, that like he did, like, not the best job, but like he's like one of the top like 5 or 10 like celebrity athlete whatever brands that have actually like done well. Like Tyson 2.0 is like been around for 3-4 years now. It's in multiple states. It's like they're expanding. Like I feel like they're killing it. You know what I mean? And then they've duplicated that model with Ric Flair.
That's right.
And so I think that's kind of their thing, is trying to get all those like kind of dudes or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is tight. Like Ric Flair's like epic weed brand.
Yeah, just like icons from back in the day, but it's just so
But
interesting.
yeah, so that's
to see.
crazy. So that's interesting that his like all his shit got seized. I wonder because I haven't really seen anything like negative really about his brand, like about his products. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever tried it though, to be honest. I don't think I've ever smoked it.
I've seen it for sure.
We used to do his
I'm
merch.
sure I've smoked it, but I don't like remember.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did a bunch of merch for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Tyson, I don't know, whatever. In the news more.
Nobody gives a shit. He's gonna come back. He's gonna knock out Jake Paul. And everybody's gonna be buying his little gummy eardrop things or whatever.
Oh, that was brilliant.
That was so smart. Yeah.
The gummy ears.
I thought that was fake at first. Yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
That was when he was first coming out. That was like before. That was like his intro to the industry, I feel like.
Yeah. What's the Ric Flair one? It's like drip or something. Like I feel like they just did a good job like branding the stuff like properly with the like dude. It's not like too corny. It's like kind of clever. And it's like I don't know. It's like I feel like they do a good job of that or whatever.
I feel like Ric Flair's down too. I feel like I've seen a couple clips of him and he's like really talking about the weed and he's like actually like hyped on it.
Oh, he's like
You could tell.
He's like on all the podcasts.
Yeah,
like,
you could tell he's just like talking about like the way he was talking about it. He's like not just slapping his name on some shit.
Yeah.
You know, like Gary Payton doesn't smoke weed. That's like a different story. That's like some iconic, legendary like Bay Area strain shit, and then he didn't even know what was going on because it was happening in the trap, right? The Gary Payton strain, and then like they end up collabing with him on it, but he don't even smoke.
Yeah, I think the craziest collab or like the dumbest one that we ever had like seen was the Billy Ray Cyrus. It was like the Lowell. I think it was like Lowell back in the day.
Oh my God.
Remember?
Yeah, they hit us up. Or no, they hit us up like a year later to do some sort of
They like sent me a lighter or something.
some sort of like promotion or something,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Yo, would you like to promote our new product?" And Aaron's like, "Only if you send us the Billy Ray Cyrus strain." And then they didn't.
Unfortunately, we didn't get our hands on that
The
one.
deal didn't go through.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few pretty interesting flower.
What
collabs over
other
the
celebrities that have had brands that just like you didn't even know they had a brand?
years. Yeah, I feel like there's really like
Joe Montana.
He had a brand.
I saw a sponsored ad like 3 years ago on Instagram.
Joe Montana had a
Joe
brand?
Montana. It was like something about to do with investing in cannabis or something. It was a sponsored ad with Joe Montana.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea Handler, she spoke at Hall of Flowers about her brand.
Yeah, she had a brand for like 1 minute.
Yeah.
Post Malone had a brand for like 1 minute.
Did he?
Kazam, Shabam, Kazam.
Oh, that's right.
Kapow.
That was like the first.
Shit,
That was like
was
the first Hall of Flowers.
Yeah.
Any other celebrity
The
cannabis
Game.
brands? The Game, Two
basketball players, Al
Chains.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Al Harrington's legit. Al Harrington's definitely
Hey,
one of the
Viola's
most legit.
legit.
He's
Yeah,
one of the
Viola's
most
a legit
legit
one for
like
sure, yeah.
celebrity or athletes. Matt Barnes. Trying to think who slaps their name on some shit that like nobody cares about whatsoever. Oh yeah, Soulja Boy's got a Grizzly Pete collab.
Does he?
Yeah, remember we did the.
Oh, that's right, we
Fish,
shot it,
Fish
yeah,
did a
that's
review.
right.
Go make sure to go check out Fish's review of the Soulja Boy, Soulja Exotics.
I can't think really off top. I know there's been so many funny ones though that we've gotten, like some pretty ridiculous ones.
Oh yeah, Quavo with Birkins.
That one was cool.
They do a good job with their flower.
Yeah.
That's
Chris Brown with LA Original.
LA Original, Chris Brown. Traditionals like collabs with KD. I'm just really interested to see like what's gonna crack off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm interested to see if there's gonna be a celebrity brand that like actually cracks off, or is that gonna have to wait till Fed legal so that they can like use it on commercials?
Yeah.
For a
It's like the real
celebrity,
mainstream.
yeah, for a
like-
celebrity to really.
Justin Bieber did that collab too, actually.
Wonder Bread, right? Or so he did
I
something.
think it was Peach or something.
Oh, he went to the Wonder Bread store.
What was
for
it
that
called? It was some pre-roll company.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe, or no, Russ. The Russ was the Wonder Bread
Chomp.
collab.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a cool one. Mm-hmm. Wonder Bread always does a good job branding their stuff.
Yeah.
The Bieber one I don't really remember, but that's a pretty big one. That's like,
Yeah.
I think, has Drake done one?
Drake has some weed shit. Doesn't he have something?
Oh,
OVO or
his
something?
producer 40 has Bull Rider. And yeah.
Because he'll like low key talk about just random lyrics about like smoking, trying to.
Currency has a legit one, but his shit ain't like, it's not like a huge thing or whatever, but it's like a dope like kind of whatever, you know. I think Andretti or something. OG is called.
Yeah,
something like
Edge
that.
Ready. Mexican OT. I know he does a bunch of weed. He's been doing weed shit.
Yeah, I keep seeing on his account that he's always wearing Broken Promises shit, and then he's
Really?
he's always shouting out fucking Yola.
Oh, he did. He did an
Like,
episode with
I got
Yola.
this weed with from Dope as Usual, whatever podcast. And I go to the comments and shit. Everyone's like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
shouting out Yola."
That's tight.
Yeah, Yola got Mexican OT on.
Oh, Wiz, obviously.
Obviously, Wiz
Complete
is
the
just up
Kush.
there. Yeah, I would say Wiz has to be like probably the most successful.
Yeah.
In terms of like longevity of like having.
And Snoop.
But
Snoop doesn't even have a
he
flower
doesn't have
brand,
like a
huh?
real brand.
Snoop has everything. He just has like a million deals.
It's like bigger. Like Snoop shit is like bigger. It's like Shaq.
Yeah, he's like icon shit.
Yeah, it's like we're not gonna get to do a little strain.
Exactly,
We're gonna fucking do
yeah.
like a franchise of something.
You forgot about your boy that you dressed up as for Halloween.
Danny
one?
B.
Dan Bilzerian?
Or we had a meeting with him.
We had a meeting with Dan Bilzerian. That was exactly how you guys would think it went.
Ignite. I think they're probably out of business by now, right?
They have to be.
Pretty sure,
They switched
yeah.
to CBD, I think.
All right, so Dan Bilzerian, fucking. So maybe it's like the first year, maybe agency, second year, maybe. Mm-hmm. Like a year or two in, whatever. Have a couple clients, like chilling, doing good, whatever. One day, Derek gets a call from his like childhood friend. What'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, childhood friend, and he's like, "Yo, I'm doing some consulting work for Dan Bilzerian, and he's looking for a videographer, right?"
Yeah.
And so he's like, so I thought of you, whatever. So Derek's homie sets up a meeting for me and Derek to go talk to Dan Bilzerian about potentially shooting video for him or whatever. So we have no idea what to expect. Like we have like barely any example. Like we have a couple examples. Like we have some examples, but like
It's basically he wants us to just go on the yacht and shoot drone footage and him with all of his girls. Like, how hard is this, dude? Like, I'll give my mom the iPhone and she can shoot this content, dude. Like, here's the fucking Mavic controls, mom. Just fly the shit. It's like the easiest thing.
Like literally anybody could, yeah. Like
He even said, he's like, I have my friend doing it right now. He doesn't even know how to use a camera.
yeah, and he's like essentially saying it's going to be him and 20 girls on a yacht in wherever it was, off wherever, Italy, some shit, whatever. And so we're on the way to the meeting. We have no idea what to expect. Whatever. We pull up to his house, which was at the time the most expensive house in the country, I believe. It was like I think like $150 million house. Absolutely absurd. Like you guys have probably seen it on whatever. He's at all the crazy parties there, whatever. So we pull up to this place. It's literally like a hotel. Like
It's insane.
It doesn't even seem like a house. Like you like walk in, it's just like
Like he lives at like the
insane,
Bellagio or
overwhelmed.
something.
Yeah. You feel like you're walking into a casino or something.
Like the bathroom is like a 15-foot with marble door. You have 15-foot ceilings in your bathroom.
You could
made of
easily get
marble.
lost
Like
in there,
what?
like,
It's like
yeah.
P.F. Chang's bathroom.
Exactly. And so we like get there, whatever. We zip up to the top floor. Who knows? We zip up somewhere into this little like private room, like all glass, like crazy view, whatever. And we're in this little waiting room. We're just sitting there for like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Like definitely made us wait.
We're early, by the way. We're early.
Prompt, precise.
We're early. And then we walk over to him. He's sitting in the little room, floor to ceiling,
Yep.
glass windows overlooking LA with like a 19-year-old, 21-year-old chick sitting on
But
his
he's just
lap.
like petting him.
Sitting
like,
on his lap for the meeting, right? And he goes, "You guys are late."
Yeah.
And we were early. That's how the meeting starts.
We're like, nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you, Mr. Bilzerian. Whatever. We like sit down and like, I'm like, okay, I know I have one in with this dude because a client of ours at the time, Cody, was a friend of his, and we were already doing all of his marketing. So I was like, all right, I already have some kind of like little in with him. With that, I'm gonna try to like lead with that, and then just pitch him on whatever. I have some video examples to show him, whatever. And like, within like a minute of me talking, he just like cuts me off. Pretty much tells me like, all right, this is what I need. Da, da, da. And in my head, as he's explaining it, I'm like, oh my god, this is too perfect. I'm like, this is fucking Jackson to a fucking.
This
he's
is the
like,
easiest
I need
shit
someone
ever.
that does drone. I need someone that can like snowboard, that can like travel, like that's whatever. And I'm just like, dude, this is literally fucking Jackson's dream job. You know what I mean? And he's like, but the only thing
So
is
I go, dude, we got this all day. Like our guys will kill this.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
our guys will kill it. And he goes, guys, it can't be guys. There can only be one. And he's got to either be married or be gay because I can't have him all around my girls. He's like, maybe one of the girls will fuck him, but then they're gonna come home and they're gonna be super bummed that they did it, and he's gonna be trying to get at them, and like they're gonna be bummed and regret that they did it. So like, yeah, it's got to be gay or have a wife. And we're just like, yeah, I meant guys. I didn't mean what. I don't even know, bro. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I don't even remember how it ended. Like pretty much was like that. And
No.
then just, like,
Then his homie, the dude who's like his personal weed dude
Oh,
that
yeah,
would
I
serve up
forgot
all the
about that
dabs
guy.
or whatever, right? He's like taking dabs in the corner, and he comes over and he serves up the homegirl sitting on Dan's lap with this fat dab, dude. It was huge, and she rips it, and he's like, "Go blow that out the window." He's like, "Don't exhale. Go blow that out the window." He's like, "I got a meeting in here." He's like, "I don't want it to smell like weed." So his poor little girl like literally held in the fattest dab for like 20 seconds to go run
Forgot about all
over.
this.
She ran over to the giant floor to ceiling window and had to slide it over, holding this dab in and blow it out. And then we wrapped it up, and
then we went to his I got some footage of you hitting his punching bag or something.
yeah, then he kind of gave a tour of the house and went to the gym,
The bowling alley,
yeah,
fucking grocery store,
crazy shit,
nightclub.
So,
so we didn't get the job. Fortunately, sorry, Jackson. We tried.
Getting straight, guys.
yeah, well,
We tried.
cis white male.
Yeah. Hit up Dan Bilzerian.
If you guys
remember to go
yeah.
fishing first ahead of time. Go get some Ignite shit, shoot it, slide in his DM, and maybe you can end up on a yacht shooting models with Dan Bilzerian.
Make sure to not be married.
No, he wants you to be married.
Or be married, excuse me. Maybe go shoot your wife. Get the fishing footage of your wife on the yacht with the drone, and then hit him up.
Yeah, exactly.
LinkedIn. All right, guys, that's this episode. Hope you guys
Got something out of that.
I feel
comment,
dumber
subscribe,
already.
all that stuff. And thanks for watching. We'll be back. Peace.
All right, guys, thanks for checking out our video. If you guys like that one, make sure to check out these other videos. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell because YouTube don't want you to see any of this plant content. Peace.